Hello everyone, welcome to another lesson in English class with Sir Kubiey. For today's lesson, we are going to look at PT3 Writing Part 1 Short Essay on How to Write an Email. Before we begin, let's look at the learning standards. Writing 4.1.1 Explain simple content from what they have read. Writing 4.1.2 Make and respond to simple requests and suggestions. Writing 4.1.3 Summarize the main points of a simple story, text, or plot. Next, Writing 4.1.4 Express opinions and common feelings such as happiness, sadness, surprise, and interest. Writing 4.1.5 Organize and sequence ideas within short texts on familiar topics. Next, Writing 4.2.1 Punctuate written work with moderate accuracy. Writing 4.2.2 Spell written work with moderate accuracy. And finally, Writing 4.2.3 Produce a plan or draft of 2 paragraphs or more and modify this appropriately either in response to feedback or independently. Let's look at the types of short essay. In PT3 Writing Part 1, usually we will ask students to write a message, a postcard, or an email. In this particular lesson, we are going to look at on how to write an email. What is an email? An email is a message distributed by electronic means from one computer user to one or more recipients via a network. When writing an email, we have to follow certain format. Here's the format for writing an email. Number 1, we need to have the email address of the recipient. Number 2, we also need the email address of the sender. Next, we also need to write the subject. Number 4, we have to write the salutation or greetings. And then, we move on into our introduction. Next, we have to write our contents, and number 7, our closing or our conclusion. And finally, number 8, don't forget to sign off. Let's look at the example here. Number 1, the email address of the recipient, ramli@smail.com. Next, the email address of the sender. In this particular email, this is sent by daniel@smail.com. Next, the subject, famous place to go. Salutation or greetings, Hi Ramli. The introduction for this email, it is winter here and it's freezing cold. Let's look at the contents. My family planned to have a short vacation in Malaysia since the weather there is pleasant. We can enjoy the sun. Can you suggest a famous place that we can go? It is Langkawi, Sabah, or somewhere else. I also would love to do some adventurous outdoor activities there. This is the closing and conclusion for this particular email. Please suggest. And finally, signing off, thank you. Now, let us try and do some exercise together. Read the email from your brother, Irfan. I was recently appointed as the president of my school nature club. The school allocated some money for the nature project or activities this year. I'm thinking of planting trees, drawing posters, taking a nature walk, or organizing a green fashion show. Do you have any other suggestion? I know you may have lots of ideas in mind. Let me know what you think. Irfan. In about 80 words, write an email to Irfan giving your suggestion. Let us try to write our introduction. Here are some examples that you can use. For example, I think you can plant trees. Or, I think you can organize a poster drawing competition. Or, I think you can organize a nature walk. Or, I think you can organize a green fashion show. Or, I think you can suggest your own idea. For this example, we are going to choose green fashion show. Moving on, let's look at the examples for the contents. As we choose green fashion show, the contents will be on that particular subject. Point number 1. Let your club members strut their green stuff in a fashion show. Acceptable fashions may be made from sustainable fabrics like organic cotton, hemp, or bamboo. Even plants can be used to make clothing items. Point number 2. Let them top off their attire with recycle or upcycle accessories like bottle cap, earrings, or seashells necklaces. You can challenge individuals or teams to create amazing work of art from the trash. Point number 3. Then, you can have an evening showcase at your school and invite parents, community officials, or other neighbors to see how these students can turn trash to treasure. Lastly, you can partner with a local event to exhibit or even host an auction for the items. The conclusion. Here are some examples that you can write in your email. I hope my idea is good for you. Or, that's all from me. Bye. Or, do let me know on how you'll decide to spend the money. Or, I hope I've helped to clear some cloud on your mind. Or, simply, all the best. Bye. Now, let us put all the points we have into a one complete email. This is an email to irfan@gmail.com. The subject, nature project or activities. Dear Irfan, I think you can organize a green fashion show. Let your club members strut their green stuff in a fashion show. Acceptable fashions may be made from sustainable fabrics like organic cotton, hemp, or bamboo. Even plants can be used to make clothing items. Let them top off their attire with recycle or upcycle accessories like bottle cap earrings or seashells necklaces. You can challenge individuals or teams to create amazing works of art from the trash. Then, you can have an evening showcase at your school and invite parents, community officials, or other neighbors to see how these students can turn trash to treasure. Lastly, you can partner with a local event to exhibit or even host an auction for the items. All the best! Yusuf Fateh. Congratulations! So that's how we write a complete email. Now, let's look on how to score in writing part 1. There are 4 criteria that we need to focus on. Number 1, content. We have to make sure all content is relevant to the task. We also need to remember so that the target reader is fully informed. Next, communicative achievement. We need to produce a text that communicates straightforward ideas using the convention of the communicative task reasonably well. Next, organization. Use simple connectors and a limited number of cohesive devices appropriately. And finally, in the language criteria, use basic vocabulary appropriately and use simple grammatical forms with a good degree of controls. And finally, while errors are noticeable, meaning can still be determined. If you can tackle off all these 4 criteria, inshallah, you will have no problem to score well in writing part 1. We have come to the end of our lesson today. I hope you can now write a good email. However, if you still have any problem, you can always drop a comment below and inshallah, I will try my best to reply to your question. If you find this lesson useful, don't forget to click like, subscribe to my channel so you won't miss any other new lesson, and finally, share it with your friends so they can learn as well. Thanks for watching. I see you guys again in the next lesson, inshallah. Have a good day. Bye-bye.